Welcome to Unilateral Strength. We'll begin with a warm-up. As usual, we'll start with kind of a squat variation. So we're going to do a squat to forward fold. So by that, I mean we're going to squat down, bring the hips up for a forward fold, bring it back down to a squat, and then come to standing. So get as low as comfortable with the squat, and just hanging in a forward fold for a moment, bring it back to a squat, and stand. Keep moving at your own pace. You have no rush with this one. We're keeping it nice and slow. Starting to warm the legs up, feel a stretch with the hamstrings and that forward fold. So if you want to spend any extra time in either the squat or the forward fold, feel free to do so. Might be kind of nice to shift the hips side to side, really stretch out the hamstrings if they're feeling tight. Spend about 10 more seconds here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out. Good. Moving to our windmill toe touches. We'll keep a wide stance. We'll slowly start to hinge down and reach for either the shin or the toes, back up to the center, and reaching for the shin, toes, back to center, going as low as comfortable. And you can also keep this one slow, working on further stretching out the hamstrings, squeezing the glutes to lift ourselves back up to the center. And always remembering to breathe. We'll spend about 10 more seconds here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can relax. Final warm-up exercise, we have a march and torso twist, just to get used to a little balance because we are going single-sided for class today for some leg stuff. So you can bring the palms or the hands together however you'd like, elbows out wide. We're gonna march, twisting towards one side, twisting towards the other, starting to engage the core with that twist. And again, focusing on balance with that march. This is another one you can keep it nice and slow. It's really focusing on all that muscle engagement, drawing belly button in towards the spine, driving that knee up, using the core as well. And we'll spend about 10 more seconds here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish out, try to even out the sides. Good. All right. Starting off with our first round of strength. Like I mentioned before, we're just using one dumbbell today for unilateral strength. So we can go ahead and grab your dumbbell. We're going to begin with some lunges. So I'll give a couple options for lunges. We're going to be holding the weight up at the shoulder the whole time. We're going to step back with that same leg. So option 1, you can start with a split stance. So we're not going to step back. You're just going to focus on lowering down as far as comfortable and standing back up, trying to keep the knee above the ankle as we lower down and working your range of motion. So if you can't get all the way down, that is totally fine. Second option, going for a full lunge with a step down and then back up to the top and trying to keep that knee above the ankle and going as low as comfortable. So you can pick which option is best for you. And with our single-sided weight, it's going to bring a little more core activation, working to keep our body in line, not dipping down or moving around too much. So that is our focus with this exercise. So weight in the right hand, we got our stopwatch up here. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So either starting with the split stance and just lowering down, pressing up mostly through that front heel, or you can go for that full step up, step back with the lunge. Feel the core nice and fired up, working to keep the body stable in line. I personally like to hold my hand out for a little help with balance. Go about 5 more seconds here. Here's 3, 2, 1, good. Keeping that weight in the right arm, we're gonna head to the ground. So this is where if you have a pillow or if you even wanna fold over your mat a couple times just for a little cushion, we're gonna be down on a knee. So right knee's on the ground, left foot is in front. We'll try to set ourselves up so hips are facing forward. Keeping the weight in the right hand, we're gonna be pressing up, then nice and slow all the way down. Working the shoulders, and again, working that core, we're keeping the body stable. Working a lot today. So we'll get set up and ready to go here in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So it's pressing that weight straight up, all the way down. Body should stay really stable. So we're not moving around, knees not coming wide, keeping everything straight in line. Exhaling as we press, inhale on the way down. Final 10 seconds here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. We'll set the weight down, but we are going to stay on the ground. We have a plank variation. So with our plank variation, we have a couple options. We're going to be doing toe taps just with the right leg. So no alternating sides, just with the right leg. You can either be up on the hands or down on the forearms, and feel free to do a kneeling half plank as we tap out, tap back. Or you can also go for on the toes, tapping out, tapping back. If you do need a break, feel free to hold plank, or you can drop down to the knees. Listen to your body today, do what feels good. So again, just tapping right. We'll get started in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's a nice light tap out, keeping it slow and controlled. Drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Always an option to just hold to kind of reset. Awesome work, 10 seconds left. Home stretch. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll take a nice stretch back. Knees out as wide as comfortable, arms forward, forehead down on the mat just for a moment. We'll take 2 deep breaths. And after your 2 deep breaths, we'll walk the hands up towards us and make your way to standing, however it's comfortable, because we are back to the top, but we're switching to that left side. So we'll begin with our lunge with option of either that split stance to start, just focusing on lowering down, standing up, or you can go for the full step with weight at the shoulder. So we'll get ready here in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Getting as low as comfortable. Focus on standing up through the heel, that front leg. Keeping our body stable, maybe having an arm out to help with balance. Always an option too for the split stance, good. Home stretch. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can relax for a moment. Making our way down to the ground, an option of folding your mat over a couple times for a little extra cushioning, or you can grab a pillow to set under your left knee this time around. So left knee down, right leg forward, can check in, make sure hips are facing forward, as is that front leg. We're not out at all, keeping it straight and steady. We'll get started. Again, left arm here, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Exhaling as we press, inhale on the way down. Set myself up here, there we go. And I like to put my hand out just to really hone in on keeping my body stable, keeping everything steady. We'll draw belly button towards the spine a little bit tighter, 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Set weight aside. And we are staying on the ground. Back to toe taps. This time around, we're going for a left tap. Stuff out of the way here. So try to take the same option as you did on that first side. So if you were on your knee, try to stay kneeling. If you did take some breaks, we'll try to throw those in too. We'll get started in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice light tap. Drawing belly button in towards the spine to keep the back as flat as possible. There's no rush here. We're over halfway through. Moving into our final 10 seconds. Power through. Here's 3, 2, 1, and we'll stretch back. Child's pose, knees out as wide as comfortable. Sit hips towards the heels, maybe sway side to side, and we'll take 2 deep breaths here. A little reset. All right, when you're done with your 2 deep breaths, you can slowly start to walk your hands up towards you, make your way to standing. We are back to the top. So back to our right side. We'll start with lunges, and if you want to grab a sip of water, feel free to do so. I need a little bit here. So, all right, you know the drill. Either split stance or stepping back. Weight will be on that right shoulder the whole time. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Getting as low as comfortable for you. Working your range of motion either in that split stance or the full step. The knee should stay right above the ankle. Try to avoid letting it go forward. It's extra stress to the joint that we don't want. We're almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll step it up. And set the weight down for a moment as we make our way to the ground. Option to fold your mat, grab some extra cushioning. Right knee is down. Weight is still on the right side. We'll step that left leg forward and make a strong base here. Everything's facing right in front of you. No twisting open, right here. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, pressing strong overhead. Exhaling as we press, inhale on the way down. Drawing the belly button towards the spine to brace that core. Help keep the body as stable as possible. Awesome work. 10 seconds. Final 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out, and we'll carefully set the weight aside for now. Back to our plank. Good stuff here. You can either go on the toes, on the knees, and feel free to hold that plank if you need a break from the toe taps. And just tapping right. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And we'll try to keep the back as flat as possible. My belly button towards the spine, all those good things. Just a slow, light tap to the side. Always an option to hang out, catch your breath for a moment. Still bracing that core tight. Awesome work. Moving into our home stretch. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stretch it back. Ooh, moment of relief, sitting hips towards heels. You can rest the forehead down if you'd like. Feel free to keep it lifted if that's more comfortable right now. Taking a couple deep breaths, maybe swaying side to side. All right, when you're feeling ready, slowly starting to walk our hands up towards us and make our way to standing, however it's comfortable. Back to the top. Last time with this series, left side to even things out. We'll knock off lunges first with either that split stance or full step back. Start to bring your weight up. In 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Stepping back as low as comfortable. Focus is keeping our body stable and lifting up through that front heel. Really working hamstrings and glutes. Ooh, almost there. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll step it up. We are done with lunges. No more lunges today. Headed to the mat. Option for some cushion. Left knee is going to be on the ground or on a pillow. Right foot steps forward. And checking in, making sure everything's facing forward. No wide stance. Keep it in, keep it tight. We'll get started in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Slow and steady. Exhaling on the press. Inhale on the way down as we reset. Draw belly button in towards the spine. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Extra stability. Almost there. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo, we'll set that weight aside. And we're back to plank for the last time. Tapping with only the left side because we got to even things out. Taking the same version and same breaks as you did on that first side. We'll get set up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice light tap. Tapping out as far as comfortable for you. Forgot to mention that one. Always an option to kind of take a break and just hold in the center. Really focus on drawing belly button towards the spine. Into our final 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll stretch it back. Child's pose one more time here. And take a couple deep breaths. Find any movements that feel good. And when you're ready, feel free to grab some water here too. It's the end of our first full round. Round number 2 coming up here. You're good on time, perfect. All right, so we are gonna start standing and just using our one weight here. So we've got a fun one to kick things off. We're gonna do a single leg Romanian deadlift. Sounds long, sounds scary, but it's not. It's a good balance challenge. So our first option, we're gonna be holding again on that right side, keeping the shoulder drawn back so we're not letting it droop down. Really focusing on that tall posture here. And you can go for a kickstand version, so just taking a step back with that right leg. The movement is going to be hinging forward, kind of bringing the weight towards the knee and pulling back up. So this is our motion. We're hinging, pushing the hips back behind us, and leading forward with the chest. You should feel it mostly in that left hamstring for this first one. Second option, more challenging. This is where the balance piece comes in. We're going to hinge down, lift the leg up, same motion, but just adding that lift and a little more instability as we need to balance as we hinge forward. So feel free to find what option's best for you. You can always mix and match. We're going for 30 seconds total. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. In our kickstand version, a little more support, but still just focusing on that left hamstring, left glute. Remember, just squeeze the glutes as we come to standing. You will feel this in the posterior chain, so hamstrings, glutes, a little bit of the low back, but should be mostly the first two. You have 10 seconds left. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Stop. Told you it was fun. All right, keeping it in our right hand, we're going for a single arm row. So again, we have 2 options. First option, you can go for a supported version. So you can place left hand on a couch, a chair, whatever you have by you. Take a step back with the right leg, hinge forward, and then we're rowing, pulling that weight up, keeping the elbow close by the side, and the arm should be about 90-degree angle as we are at the top of that row. Second option, unsupported, a little harder because it has more core engagement. We're hinging forward and still pulling up, but gonna have to support the body here with the core. So again, pick what option is best for you. We have 30 seconds beginning in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So either supported or unsupported, hinging forward with either option. I'm really focusing on squeezing the shoulder blade on the right side as we pull that weight up. Really focus on bracing that core, especially with the unsupported. Moving into final 3, 2, 1. Woo! Alrighty. So next one here, option of weight or no weight. We are going to still use just the right side, but we're gonna do some standing crunches. So option 1, hang on to something for support. We're gonna kind of lower that weight down to the knee and then push it back up, and just going as far as comfortable for you. Work your range of motion, so you should be firing up the obliques along the right side here. Again, you can go for the same thing without weights, just keep it slow. Maybe try to pause for a moment when we're holding, or you can always go unsupported, again, a little more challenging because we're bringing in that balance piece. So we're on 30 seconds here. We'll get ready in 3, 2, 1, here we go. I'm drawing me up. Really feeling the core work as we work to keep that body controlled. An extra challenge, you can throw in some pauses when we bring that weight down. Good, 10 seconds left. And final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can relax. Shake it out. We're gonna switch, go through each of those exercises again, but left side. So you can pick up the weight in your left hand and pull that shoulder back. We either have the kickstand, single leg deadlift, or you can go for the balanced version if you can balance. So we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Just hinging forward. You should feel it mostly on that right side, using the hamstring, glutes to pull ourselves up. One as low as comfortable for you. Final 10 seconds. Even it slow. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Back to our row, either supported or unsupported. We'll get started in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, hinging forward and rowing, an arm about 90 degrees as we pull that weight up. Really squeezing that left shoulder blade as we pull. Working to strengthen the back, strengthen the core. And final 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out. Good. Woo. Back to our standing crunch. Option of weight, no weight, supported, unsupported. Plenty of options to play around with. We'll go 30 seconds in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So again, just pulling my weight down, bring the knee up to meet it, drawing the belly button in, maybe adding some pauses as we hold here. Good. 10 seconds left. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Take a moment to shake it out. Grab a sip of water if you'd like. Still good on time. We'll move through one more time. If you do need to hop off, feel free to do so. Running a little close, but it's all good. We'll get it in. We'll get ready for single leg deadlifts, holding the weight on the right side in either that right kickstand, or you can add that leg lift. Get set up and pull the shoulder back, squeeze that shoulder blade tight. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hinging forward, bringing the weight down in line with the knee if you can, maybe a little lower. Feel it out. Really focusing on squeezing the glutes to pull ourselves up back to standing. One stretch. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Moving to single arm row. Weight is staying in that right side, either supported, hanging on to something, or unsupported. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And rowing up. I like to keep my hand down just to check in, make sure I'm not twisting too much. Avoid the twist. Focus on that row. Squeezing the shoulder blade tight. 10 seconds left. Squeeze even tighter. Here's 3, 2, 1, and done. Stand it up. Preparing for our standing crunch. Supported, unsupported, weight, no weight. We'll start with our right side, common theme. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's bring the arm down to meet the knee. Moving slowly. You can bring the knee up as far as comfortable. Maybe adding some pauses to really engage the core, get it fired up. Another good balance challenge here. 10 seconds. Time flies when you're having fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Back to left side. Go ahead and pick up our weight. We'll try to move through quickly here. If you need breaks, take them. We'll bring the shoulder back to start. Keep it right here as much as possible. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. Hinging forward, leading with the chest, pushing the hips back. Really working the hamstrings, especially on the right side. You're squeezing glutes as we stand. Get as low as comfortable. 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Back to our row. Supported, unsupported, you know the drill. We'll get ready in 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Last time with our row. Squeezing the left shoulder blade tight as we pull that weight up. Really focus on drawing belly button towards the spine, squeezing glutes, brace the core. Good. 10 seconds left. Thanks for coming, Andrea. And final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll stand it up. Going to our final exercise, standing crunch. Option of weight, no weight, supported, unsupported. And you know the drill. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Nice and slow here. Again, you can throw in a pause if you'd like. Bring that leg up as high as comfortable. Keep breathing through. 10 seconds. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish out. Nice job. We'll set that weight down. Get a brief cool down. Again, if you need to head out, feel free to do so. Totally fine and on a little over on time, but too much fun stuff today. So for a cool down stretch, we'll take a nice wide stance, hanging down towards the left foot to begin, stretching out the hamstrings, low back. Worked them pretty hard today with all the hinging motions, lunges, all that good stuff. Take one more deep breath here. Good, we'll hang to the center next and let the head and neck relax down. Maybe find a little sway, maybe shift the leg side to side. You can play around and find what movements feel good for you. One more deep breath. Good, and then going over to the right foot, just hanging down. Breathing nice and easy here. Stretching out that right hamstring and glutes. We'll take one more deep breath. Good, we'll slowly roll our way back up to standing. Take some shoulder rolls at the top. We'll go to a quad stretch next, so option to hang on to something for balance. We'll begin with the right foot, bring it up, gentle pull, and try to relax the shoulders down and back. Take 2 more deep breaths. Good. And switching sides, you can shake it out. So bring that left foot up. Try to relax the shoulders down and back. If you noticed last time, if you want to add some movement, you can kind of gently hinge forward, hinge backward, or just hold still. I personally like to add a little movement, feels good. 2 more deep breaths. And we'll release that foot down when you're done with your deep breaths. Shake it out, and we'll finish up with some overhead stretching. So we'll take a big inhale to reach the arms overhead. And then we'll push them off to the left side, big stretch. Keep a wide stance here, wide base. Take 2 deep breaths. Then when you're done with those, we'll bring it to the center, going for a baby back bend. So kind of cactus in the arms, pushing the hips forward. Then we'll inhale to rise to the center. We'll bring the hands over to the right side. Big stretch, holding here. 2 more deep breaths. Bring it back to the center. Releasing the hands down, you can take some big shoulder rolls and shake it out. That's all I have for unilateral